So my breasts are bigger than ever. They're growing again. Surprise, surprise. They're like 105 around the bust, and underneath I'm like 70. And I try to go bra shopping, but nothing fits. Like I went to this special shop and they had like special sizes, and they're like, no, sorry, you're too skinny and your breasts are too big. But it's like not even my fault. Like they just like grow. Like I didn't even get like faked or anything. They're just like, they start down here, by the way, they end up here. They're like the same size as my dog. They're like the size of my dog's body. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, so people are always like, why do they grow all the time? Well, I have a hormonal problem. The doctors don't know what to do about it, and it's really rare, and I've had it since I was a child. So it's just, I have been on meds for it forever, and my just grow. That's it. Yeah.
So you don't think that this is maybe something that you might want to keep to yourself? Like maybe something that you would discuss with your doctors or something like that? Or maybe even a private Facebook account where women discuss these issues? Why do women feel the need to broadcast this type of information to the world? Like they have no filter. And then they want a man to be able to read the room. How about you read the room and stop saying all of your business online? This is weird.
So I have a theory on why it's so hard to date as a woman in 2024. And I don't mean this in a way of hating on men, but this playing field is not even. There are so many freaking unbelievable women out there these days. Women are killing it in their careers. They're taking care of their bodies. They're looking gorgeous. They know what they want. So men on dating apps that are getting matches have so many options to choose from. And because they have so many options, they would lose the chance to be with you for the tiniest reasons because they know they can find someone just as good as you. I recently had a friend who a guy couldn't commit to her because he was too busy with work. And a few months later, he literally had a girlfriend. And she asked me, why didn't he want to be with me? Why did he go for this girl? And I told her, I think he genuinely was too busy with work, but he knew that he could find someone just as good as you a few months later when he's less busy. And that's exactly what he did. So next time a man rejects you, don't let it be any reflection of your self-worth. And maybe we should all just turn lesbian instead. I'm thinking about it. So I have a theory on why it's so hard to date.
This is a weird take, a really weird take. Once again, we see modern women thinking too highly of themselves when, quite frankly, in some of these instances, they don't have anything to offer. Oh, they're banging, they're gorgeous. According to you, maybe these men don't find them attractive. Maybe this is a nice way for a man to say, I'm not interested. Yeah, so maybe don't take it personal, but the man don't want you. Go sit down. Take this video down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an epidemic in Houston, but the girls are literally paying for rooms when they're married. The women here are literally swiping the card, pulling out their card, swiping the card, and their man is standing next to them, not swiping anything. Yeah. And this is white women, black women, Asian women. The woman comes in front and swipes her card. Yeah. Y'all do what y'all will with that information. Don't come to Houston, ladies, if you want your man to be a provider or whatever.
There's nothing to do with that information there in a relationship. These modern women out here constantly trying to keep women single, constantly trying to pull married women out of a relationship. When it was a good relationship, you don't know the story. I mean, my God forbid a woman go and pay for a vacation, go and pay for a hotel. Like, my God forbid a woman pay for her husband's birthday dinner, pay for him to have a relaxing spa day or whatever he wants. God forbid that. God forbid a man should have fun. God forbid a woman should take care of her husband and cater to her husband the same way that he caters to her. Do with that information what you will. Girl, shut up and get off the internet.
My female 29 best friend, female 29, tried to sabotage my marriage, and I don't know why. So I met my best friend, Sarah, and husband, 31, when I was 11. I just moved to a new country with my family, and my now sister-in-law introduced me to Sarah, 29. Now that we're adults, we share some friends, but we each have different groups to do different things. So I'm usually working in the office from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and I have a 30-minute break that I usually take to have my second breakfast, and sometimes I go to my husband's office. It's a 5-minute walk, or a cafe near my job. Sometimes I have to work out of my office or go to another city. Every now and then I mention to Sarah if I have to travel for work during the week in casual conversations. Last week I had to travel for work on Wednesday, But Tuesday night, there was a red alert about the weather the next day, so my work thing was canceled and I stayed home with my 2-year-old. My husband went out at 6 a.m. to make sure his business was closed and put up some flood protection, and by 7:30 a.m. he was back at home making breakfast. It didn't start raining until 1 p.m. At 3 p.m., Sarah sent a message asking if I was at home already because it was flooding where I was traveling, and I just texted back, "Home safe." We literally didn't go out until Friday. Saturday, Sarah and I go to the same gym class. She told me we needed to talk in private, so we went to my car, and she told me, basically, quote, "On Wednesday, I saw your husband with a woman, and they were making out, and your kid was in the car." I was frozen a bit, but then I remembered that I was working from home with my husband and my baby for 2 days. I realized she was lying, but I didn't understand anything. I asked 3 times if she was sure it was this week's Wednesday, and she confirmed it 3 times. I asked her about the time, and she said about 11 a.m. I asked if it was during the red alert, and she said yes. I asked her if she was 100% sure, and she launched into a whole description of my husband making out with a gorgeous blonde Barbie lookalike blonde girl in his car in front of our kid near his office during the red alert. So he was putting my son at risk and cheating in front of him. I told her my work thing was suspended because of the red alert, and we were both home the whole time it was activated. She tried to say she got confused with the days, but she confirmed it 3 times. I told her to leave, and she left running. I went home and did the whole betrayed spouse house search. There was no hidden phone. I have all the passwords to every device in this house. Not lack of trust. It's because I manage a part of his business and he's bad with passwords. Even looked after hidden emails, and the only thing he was hiding was his paranormal podcast he listens to sometimes. That night, I told my husband what was going on, and he denied ever cheating and, even worse, disrespecting his own son in that way. I believe him 100%. There wasn't a change in his behavior or routine. He gave up his phone right away, and I told him I already checked everything in our house, and he told me to check his car then. We decided to call Sarah together. She picked up on the 3rd call, and she was crying. I told her to just tell me why she lied. She swore she wasn't lying, but she told me she got confused with Monday. I told her Monday our son was in daycare, and we had breakfast during my break. So at what time did my husband go to take our son out of daycare, go pick up this girl to make out in front of her, in front of our baby, and then back to daycare for me to pick him up, and then also have breakfast with me? She cried more and told me she didn't know, so my husband told her to cut the shit and just tell us why she was lying. She said she was sorry and hung up, and then had the audacity to block us. I told the friends we had in common with her, and everyone is mad and can't explain what happened to her. She's not picking up the phone, but sent a message back saying she was sick. Some of them asked her why she was lying, and she blocked them too. Someone even called her mom, and she is just as shocked. Nobody understands what's going on. I thought maybe it was a crush, but my husband never liked her that much, so he didn't pay attention to her. She isn't even added to his socials because she never liked her when Sarah was his sister's friend, or when she then became my friend too. They don't interact unless it is necessary. So to say she got a crush so big, she thought it was worth it to try to break up a family? I do know she sometimes gossips a little too much, or sometimes she talks about things that she shouldn't, but I never thought it would develop into something this big. I had this girl at my side for really hard moments. I had her back when she needed me. She was one of the first people I told about my wedding and pregnancy. I loved this girl since we were little. I just don't understand, and she is not talking to anyone. We have an update.
Okay.
So I got the truth finally, and it was far more stupid than I thought. So Sarah's mom told me to come to her house for a conversation with Sarah and to bring a friend as a buffer. I went for closure. She apologized a lot, but I literally had to interrogate her to give me reasons, and I finally got them. She lied because she was mad that I missed our girls' trip, a 5 girls group, for the second time. Once because I had a 2-month-old baby, and this year because I had to work during August and it was the only month everyone else was free.
Okay, so
What?
both reasons had nothing to do with your husband. What? Here, I need to pause you because what logically makes you think that attacking her relationship with her husband is going to free her up?
She's still got a baby.
One obligation was for the kid and the other was for work, neither of which had anything to do with her husband.
If anything,
If
the
she
husband
doesn't-
would help her make girls' trips. Sorry. Sorry, I just feel like we're two brains.
No. I'm
we're-
not.
I mean,
I'm
we're
not-
one
No, I'm
brain.
not upset. I'm saying yes. Like that helps your cause because he could watch the kid
You're so
while
smart.
you're on the trip.
Yeah, you're smart.
He could help. I don't know how he can help in the work situation, but
You're smart.
none of it relates to the husband. So you're dumb.
I traded my vacations for December/extra days they owed me, so I will be out of the country from December to January 10th and miss her birthday in December and other winter activities in January. Her reasoning was that if I thought my husband cheated, she was sure I would leave, but he wouldn't let me take my son abroad for too long without him, so I would be forced to stay, but would be able to travel during my husband's custody time.
This is psychotic.
She was just being mean and selfish because of a trip that I missed and a birthday. She thought it would be okay to break my son's family so she can have all of her friends for attention. I told her to never contact me again and to avoid me everywhere.
Yep.
My friends are aware to not invite me to things if she is going to be there, but everyone is mad at her, so she is the one not being invited.
Good.
This is painful as I would have been able to forgive and work on things if she was having a mental health issue or drug problems.
Yeah.
I actually sent her mother recommendations for mental health professionals during the week. Almost 20 years of friendship down the drain. I treat my closest friends like family because, apart from my husband's family, I only have my sister in this country. I make time for them, pay attention, and help them when I can. I thought she wanted the best for me as much as I wanted the best for her.
Yeah.
But lesson learned, I guess.
Yeah. It really sucks to lose longtime friends.
Yeah, I think most men would probably understand what was going on by the first, definitely the middle of the second clip. This is a modern woman that we see time and time again doing the same type of thing, trying to ruin relationships for their friends. Single women keeping other women, whether they're married or single, trying to keep them single or pull them back into the realm of being single. I mean, essentially the same result would have happened because if she would by some chance divorce her husband, go on your birthday trip with you or other trips, and you're her shoulder to cry on, hey, bring the kid, we can have fun. She's probably going to get on that trip because she's not really that bad of a person. She's going to get on a trip and find somebody else. They're going to get married. They're going to probably have another kid or two. And now that's 3 kids that they have. And you're going to try to pull that same stuff again. And she's going to be like, wait a minute, how can this be happening 2 times in a row? Something's up here. You're a liar. And then she's going to uncover your scheme. And then at that point in time, she's going to have to go apologize to her ex-husband. Not going to be able to get back with him because let's let bygones be bygones. But we still respect each other and we love each other, yada, yada, yada. Let's work together equally, even harder to co-parent and raise the children as we should, yada, yada, yada. Those 2 families get together. Maybe he has somebody else because he was a good person now. He has somebody else, a kid with her. So now he's got 2 kids and they both combine their families, maybe having Christmas dinner and Thanksgivings because of that. And you're still stuck out on the cold, right? So it would have been the same result. The only difference is she uncovered your scheme earlier and said, stop talking to me. Stay away from my family. Stay away from my friends. You're an idiot. Good on her for uniting with her husband. Husband was transparent, effective communicator, emotionally stable and available. And that's how they got to the bottom of this stupid plot.
If you ever wonder if men need women, they do. Because Anthony told me to send him a grocery list. Send me a grocery list. Okay. He said, I'll go get the groceries. Let me show you the grocery list I sent him. Do you notice anything? I'm a teacher. Bold, italicized, where it's located. Front wall and produce. Aisle 6, back edge of the deli. These are the things I know he's not familiar with. I say you can get whatever flavor. You can get any flavor but watermelon. Do whatever. I even put what they're being used for. Notice it says picture at the bottom. Let me show you what else I did. This is at the bottom for the crackers. These are the veggies that they don't sell. This is the cheese. This is the charcuterie meat. So I thought I was being thorough. I thought it would be simple. He called me 6 times to ask me where things were. He called me 6 times. 5 times he called me to ask where things were. Honestly, I gotta be honest. The 6th time he called me to tell me he's never doing this again. Today, that was 2 weeks ago. Today, he didn't call me. He's out there. He just said I'm on the porch. He's passing off groceries. Long story short, he said they don't sell vegetables here, actually. Well, they're on the website. I know they have them. And let's see where he is. Here he is. He said, they don't have the vegetables. So I said, I'm on my way. I'm coming. He said, why are you coming? I said, I'm going to show you where the vegetables are. And then guess what? He found them. Here he is. Hold on. How was it?
It's fun.
You got a sneak peek of our wonderful grocery system. He brings them over the porch and I bring them in and put them in the fridge. But if you ever wonder if men need women, they absolutely do. Because we go above and beyond and they still wonder what the crap they're supposed to do.
I actually commented on this lady's video. There were a lot of women in the comments talking about this is weaponized incompetence, yada, yada, yada. So I shop at HEB. HEB is probably one of my favorite stores. I use the app all the time. It's essentially what I told her. I use the app all the time, and I still find it difficult to locate some of these items. So her list is talking about tortillas, aisle 6. You can get fresh tortillas from HEB, better than the whatever you got. So aisle 6, pretty easy. The reason I know that what she's saying is silly is because you look at this top comment up here where it says vegetables, and guac is going to be over by produce. They have like fresh guac they make, pico de gallo, yada, yada, yada. It's over in fresh produce. Once again, I've been to HEB multiple times. So it says fresh produce, vegetables, picture at the bottom, front wall and produce. HEB says this stuff, then you go looking for it and it don't be there. You ask an associate, they run around the store and it don't be there, right? She has charcuterie meat and cheese a little bit further down here. First of all, let's go back up to everything bagels. You can find that either in the bread aisle or it's going to be, once again, in the deli. They bake that stuff fresh. Okay, let's go to charcuterie meat and cheese, picture at the bottom, near the deli. Once again, HEB, they have it labeled deli, but there's so much stuff in there. You just kind of look and you look and you look, don't find it, go around the store, get stuff, look and look and look, and sometimes it don't be there. You can literally sit there for 5 to 10 minutes looking at all the options that they have until you finally, sometimes I've had to take the price and match up. Okay, oh, this looks like the price, $5.48, and match up and find it. So if you're wondering, oh, is it easy to find? No, it's absolutely not. I know she's saying, well, I put the location. I know that this is the location HEB gave her because once again, I used the freaking app. This is stupid. Take this video down. She says crackers, picture at the back edge of deli. Back edge of deli, that is not a location. Could be the back edge. Literally, I've done the same thing. So let's look at the crackers because I already know what she's talking about. White wine if you want, salsa, All the other things that have the location, that's pretty easy to find because you can look on the HEB app and it'll tell you, and you just have to spend a little time. Now let's look at these rosemary crackers on the back edge of the deli. Okay. I've seen these. I'm not even looking for these. I go looking for something else. Back edge of a deli is not a location. You could look at the back edge and you could be looking and it don't be there. It'd be somewhere else. You need to quit. You need to quit. Right edge of deli, Munster cheese. I don't go looking for Munster cheese, but they have a steak and onion cheese, or they have smoked cheddar or smoked mozzarella. It's all going to be in the same section. HEB, I'm telling you right now, moves that around. It's in the deli somewhere and you got to keep on looking, but sometimes it just be out of stock, or sometimes they move it around. Suffice it to say, these modern women get out here and they try to embarrass their husbands. And when their husbands don't treat them like they want to be treated, and they have women all in the comments talking about weaponized incompetence, yada, yada, yada. And the man is like, okay, I seen all this hate. I seen all this foolishness. Wonder why the man pulled back. Wonder why the man don't want anything to do with you. Because emotional intelligence is not with her. Right here on display. Stupidity.